Hello and welcome to Campers Blast Off. I'm Anthony alongside Spencer, and we're here to talk about LeBron James. Everybody's been wondering, where's LeBron going to go this summer? Spencer, what do you think?
I think he's going to go to the Lakers, even though I don't think they have the team to win right now. They can have assets. They have like a lot of cap space. They have like $60 million. They can sign LeBron and Paul George. If LeBron's gonna go, Paul George is definitely gonna go to the Lakers, and then maybe they'll trade like some more assets for like Kawhi Leonard maybe, and that would be a scary big three of LeBron, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard. That is a stacked team, but I don't even know if that's gonna beat the Warriors. The Warriors are a very talented team. LeBron is very worried about his legacy. I think he's gonna go to LA because there's a lot of superstars that have played in LA in the past, and the Lakers are just a historic team. I think he's going to go to the Lakers because of the history. It's LA, big market. LeBron is like the second greatest player of all time, arguably the best player of all time. That's a topic for like another day. But
I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron ended up making the move to Los Angeles, but I think ultimately he's going to go to Houston. Houston is a team that showed that they were one game away from the finals last year. If Chris Paul doesn't get hurt, we might be having an entirely different conversation about how the Houston Rockets are the world champions, not the Golden State Warriors. Houston has Chris Paul, they have James Harden, Trevor Ariza, they've got shooters to back it up, and they would have to let Clint Capella go, but they've proven that with LeBron, he can play so many different positions that they might be able to overcome not having a big, even though Golden State doesn't have a big either. So I think that Houston makes the most sense if LeBron's trying to win a championship.
Agreed, but Houston has no cap space. They're going to have to, if they want LeBron, they're going to have to trade away a lot of like contracts of like Ryan Anderson and Eric Gordon. They're going to have, Chris Paul's also a free agent. I don't know if they're going to have the room to sign Chris Paul and LeBron. That's going to be hard to figure out. I agree with you. Houston gives them the best chance to win, but the money's just not there.
I think if you have the opportunity to get LeBron, you have to do whatever is possible to go make sure you have enough cap space to sign him, even if it means Chris Paul taking a pay cut, even if it means letting Clint Capella go, letting Eric Gordon go, letting Ryan Anderson go. They have to do something to make sure that LeBron can get there, and I think LeBron is interested in Houston. So we'll see where LeBron ends up. But now we're going to shift focus. We're going to talk about the NFL. The season starts in a few months. August, we're going to get some preseason games going. Spencer, who do you see making the playoffs in 2018?
In the AFC, I think it's going to be, the division winners will be like New England, Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, and the Chargers, maybe. The AFC West, the toss-up. But wild cards, I think it's going to be Houston and Tennessee. In the NFC, where it's a lot more competitive, I think it's going to be Philadelphia, Minnesota, New Orleans, LA, and the wild card teams are going to be San Francisco and I'll say Green Bay. I think Atlanta and Carolina are also real contenders to make the playoffs. The NFC, I think, is just a lot better than the AFC. What's your opinion on my picks?
I agree with you that the NFC is much better than the AFC, but I think you're showing some disrespect to Atlanta. San Francisco, people forget, they were, they win 6 games last season, and they didn't win most of them until the end of the season when they were already well under 500. I think San Francisco is a team that everybody is predicting to make a big jump, but I don't think the 49ers are ready. We haven't seen enough from Jimmy G yet to decide whether or not he can lead a team that doesn't have that much talent around him. And in the AFC, I think that the New York Jets are a team you have to watch out for a playoff run. I am a huge fan of Sam Darnold. They've got a lot of receivers coming back. Quincy Enunwa, he tweeted out yesterday that the Jets wide receiving core is the most underrated in the league. He's right. The Jets wide receiver core is on the come up, and I think that they have a solid offensive line to build around. Their defense was decent last year. They're a team I think everybody has to be watching out for to make a potential run into the playoffs.
I think that the Jets, I get what you're saying, but I think that it might be like too early to tell because they're very young. I could see them being a surprise. I'm not expecting a lot from them, but they could surprise me. Like, you never know what could happen. Like, I hear what you're saying. They do have a very underrated receiving core with Robbie Anderson and Quincy Enunwa. They have Sam Darnold. I think he's going to be a very good quarterback, but they might be like too young. I think they could be like a surprise, but I think they could make a run at the playoffs, maybe even as soon as next year, but this year might be a stretch. But I get what you're saying. They have a lot of a future. And I get what you're saying about San Francisco, too. but I don't know if I can trust Matty Ice. Even though he won MVP 2 years ago, he just wasn't good last year. He might not bounce back. In Carolina, Cam Newton's very inconsistent. I think the 49ers are going to take a big leap because they have Richard Sherman now. It's a question mark, but if he plays like Richard Sherman and Garoppolo plays really good, the Niners can make the playoffs. And I think they paid Jerick McKinnon too much in the offseason, but I think in their receiving core, but I think the Niners are a dark horse team to make the playoffs.
Yeah, there's just not that many good teams in the AFC with Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, New England. But that's all the time we have for today. This has been Campers Blast Off. Thanks for Spencer for coming on. I'm Anthony signing off.